Hey, what's going on, world? Show number one, DJ Ski, story time. I just want to just rap with you guys about some things, man. Yeah, I was. I don't know. A lot of you guys don't know, but my fiance had passed away June 5th of 2026 this year. She had complications of she was real sick, y'all, just real sick. Um, but let's go back a little bit further on this. I'm gonna take you guys on the story time a little bit more, man. How this worked. She when I met her August 2nd, 2027, 2007, and she um, I met her at Fry's Electronics. It's up there in Chicago, and um, forgot the area, but it was over there by a Yorktown Mall around there, so area over there. So I met her over there, and at the time I met her over there, but at the time I was going through a rocky marriage, a rocky divorce. Um, so she was there, nice, everything, nice woman, and I treated her well, treated her good, did the things I needed to do for her. We was together. Um, she I ended up leaving, ended up divorcing my wife. Um, I think it was in 2008. I did. So I moved in with her in 2009. So we moved in together. I moved in with her in her apartment because I left everything with my wife, and I had closed out everything, and I had got rid of everything. So moved in with her for a while. We had She had a son. He was at the time he was 7 years old, going on 8. But he was I didn't what it was. But what I'm saying to you guys, I treated her really well. I was there for her. I really fell in love with her. We fell in love with each other. So the years came by. We was together, doing things together and things like that. Um, she had fell in a tub and bumped her head. So she had got a really big knot on her head. I took her out the tub because she had a habit of taking showers in the dark, and not turning on the light for some reason. Um, so I ended up taking her to the hospital. Not right then and there. I waited another day to do so. And when I took her to the hospital, she was kind of out of it, not knowing where she was at or who she was or whatever. So after I did that, she I dropped her off because they admitted her in the hospital. I was there with her. I dropped her off. I came back home. I get this chilling phone call. Doctor was telling me it was from the CDC. They like, you need to come in immediately, get it tested. I'm like, what y'all calling for? They're like, we calling for, my fiance's name. I ain't gonna put her name right there. And I was like, okay. They were like, you need to come in and get tested right away. She has HIV. She's HIV positive and things like that. So I'm like, whoa. I'm like, whoa. I'm like stuck, like, whoa. So I run down to the CDC to get tested, and I was negative, and it was a big binder up there. And I'm asking the man, like, what's that binder? He said, this is all the cases on her, and we keeping a track of her. I'm like, really? What? So she had the virus way before I met her, before she had her son. She met some guy on the west side of Chicago named Jeff. Jeff must have impregnated 20 girls like her, all big booty girls like her, and gave them the virus. He was a skinny black dude. They said he died in AIDS complications. And so all these girls and her is affected, right? She didn't even know. She didn't know. Um, so fast forward back. So I was shocked about the whole situation, right? So she got really sick in the hospital. they admitted her to a nursing home, for her head injuries and things like that because she didn't know anything. So, and I was really upset about the situation. So I came to the nursing home because her sister had me blocked out the hospital because at the time her sister was her POA, and she had me blocked out the hospital, so I couldn't come up there and talk to her, things like that. Uh, so with that said, um, they had switched over to this nursing home, which it was a real terrible nursing home with drug addicts and crackheads. I don't know why her sister do that. Because at the time I was talking to her, the doctor, they was going to switch her to a good nursing home, and I was going to accept the approval, but I wasn't a POA to make that decision. So I go up to the nursing home while she's in there, right? And I'm kind of upset. I'm mixing mixed emotions again. I'm like, you had this virus, but when I talked to her, she was like, well, I didn't even know, I had this virus. I didn't know that I was sick like that. I didn't know, I didn't know. And I was like, okay, I accept it because it don't matter. We together. I love you, and it doesn't matter what we go through. We're gonna go through it together. And that's why I told her. I kissed her on the forehead, gave her a hug, and every she cried. I cried. Man, I cried. I said, it's okay, baby. We together on this. We're gonna get through this. I'm gonna be here every day at this nursing home to help you, rehabilitate you. You can walk again. You can build your strength. You can be all that to get you out of here. I did those things, people. I did those things for almost 13 weeks. A little bit more longer than that, I believe. So she ended up coming living with me in my house because her house, she didn't have a house no more, home no more, because it was illegally they closed out her home. They didn't have to they weren't supposed to do that. So she ended up living with me. Her son was somewhere, and when her son was living with me when she was in in the hospital nursing home, he was very disrespectful. So he went on, started living with the aunties them and all that, which I said, go ahead, live with them. Go live with them. He was just a disrespectful ass kid. He really was. Okay, but that's another story. I'm gonna get into that. So I'm taking care of her, making sure she good. Her family members saying all this crazy stuff to him. Oh, you out there, Will spending money on him and all that, which is all false. They just some negative ass people. Her peoples are ghetto, ghetto as hell and ignorant. Okay, so that's the reason. This is not okay. But anyway, let's go back. Like we're going back. With the story. So I come there. I told her it's okay. We're gonna get through it. I was with her all these weeks in the nursing home, getting her body right. She come and live with me. We good. Her HIV doctor, Dr. Lynn, at the time, he was telling me how to take care of her with the HIV, because there's a lot of time people don't understand how to take care of a person with HIV when they have it. I did that. I made sure she was good, made her medicines was good, make sure she had all her stuff, make sure her Social Security was set straight, make sure everything, I did everything where she could be set financially and be set and straighten out. Okay, so we ended up getting an apartment together. And it's in Chicago on Bishop, 78th and Bishop. So we got an apartment together. We was first floor apartment together. We got her. She bring her knuckle head ass bum ass son with us. I did everything for that boy too. Did everything up for that boy too. Like he was my own. So her problem was we couldn't live together because of him. So we living together, doing things. I mean, we lived together for almost 11 years there. Out of the 11 years we lived together, it was after the 11 years, it was time for us to go out somewhere because she didn't want to come with me to Wisconsin. I said, you should come with me to Wisconsin. I'm begging her to come with me. It's better doctors. You'll be okay, da-da-da. She cried, no, Will, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do it. I want my own. I got my own doctors. Okay, I accept that, whatever she wanted to do. We still, like I told you, we still together. I'm taking care of her, from a distance, but we still coming. I'm still coming out there. She's still coming to see me. So I moved her. She had her own place. I moved out to Milwaukee at first. She had her own place. So eventually, she got a job at Crestwood, Rehabilitation Center. So she met this guy in 2022, and she met this guy. And I remember we've been together for like 24 years, right? Almost going on 24 years, right? And at that time, going forward. And she met this guy, and she thought he was the world. She knows she can't. She knows she can't have sex with no one. Her doctor explained that to her because I wasn't having sex with her. I wasn't because of her situation. I was just only there to take care of her, to make sure she was good. So, and I still loved her. So she met this guy, having sex with him. She did not tell him that she was HIV positive at all. She didn't give him any choices, people, at all. And I don't ever fault the guy. I always fault her because she knows she don't supposed to be doing this. So, I guess they've been going places. She was taking care of me, taking care of this man, spending all this money on this man, doing all this stuff, I guess. So I'm like, wow. So, I found out all that out there when she passed on her phone. All the pictures, her everything. I'm like, wow. She had a double life, man, really. Living with this man. She called him Miss John, Miss Mr. Johnson. He called her Miss J. I'm like, what? I mean, remember, she's my fiance. I was taking care of her, doing these things with her. So I'm like, I gave this woman everything. I never left her side. I nourished her back to nourish her back to health, everything. And this is what she do to me. And she's doing all this, but let's get into that a little bit deeper. So weeks to now, to before this year, 2026 and 2025, she started getting sick. I started getting sick. I was always there. I was make sure she good in the hospital. She got diagnosed with dialysis. Her kidneys were shutting down. Um, 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 she had a disease called HS. A lot of people don't know what that is. That's a blood disease, like infections, like boils. It was coming up, it was like, inside and out her body. It was eating her up. So when you have HIV, you get the HS. It comes, your bloodline. It comes. Some people, I ain't gonna say everybody, but it's some people. Doctors cannot cure it. They could slow it down, but they can't cure it. Uh, she had all these problems, man. She had so she was getting sick, and eventually she went into the hospital, and she still texting this man. They still doing things, but she texting me too, and she doing that. Me and her going on trips before all the sickness, doing all this. But how the time she made it to go do things with him? So I mean, I'm confused about that when I found out all this. So I'm still by her side, y'all. I'm still by her side. When her sickness and out to the devil, still by her side, people. I did not never leave her. I did not leave her at all. I stood by her side all the time. Because her mother promised me to take care of my daughter. And I promised her mother I would. And I did that. So I took care of her. I took care of her to her last breath in the hospital. When I found out all this to June 5th, when I found out when she was in the hospital critically, I was devastated. This dude said that they was messing around since 2020. He said 10 years, but there haven't been no damn 10 years. He a liar. It been since 2022 because the cash apps and the Texas, it go way back from 24 to 22. So I traced all that, And when she was saying that she was going to work, she was spending time with him at her sister's house. Her sister knew about it. Her son knew about it. Her whole family knew everything about this dude, everything she was doing. And they never said anything. Nobody never stepped up and told me the truth or whatever. Not even to save this man's life. And they knew what her situation was. So she just spreading the virus. So when she passed, I had her phone, and I found that when I found the text message and everything, I was trying to call dude. He wasn't answering. So I pretend like I was her and said, "Good morning, Mr. J. Johnson." So he respond. So, and I told him, call me. He never called. So I ended up calling him. And I said, bro, you know, what you doing with my girl? He cussing at me, motherfucker, I'll whoop your ass. I'm like, wait, hold on, cowboy. I said, I'm just want to know some information. What's going on? Because he didn't know he didn't know that she passed. I was willing to tell him because I was her POA and everything. So he going all mad at me and going off. And when I talked to him, he hung up on me the first time. Then he picked up and he asked, I called again. I said, I will call again. Then he picked up the phone. I said, wait. I said, just talk, man. We men. We not gonna fight over no woman. I say, for one, how long y'all been together doing, you know? He said 10 years. That's a lie. I said, bro, but even the way he said 10 years, I said, we was together for 24 years. He's like, what? I was like, yeah. I said, yes, sir. And then, since our son was 7 years old and tiny whiteys, and then he was like, well, and I told him, I said, she passed. She's not here no more. She's dead. He's like, whoa, yeah. So I told him, did you know her status? He like, what? What's that? Yeah, she's single. I'm like, no, she wasn't single, bro. So I said, did you know her status? You know, he's not a good smart guy. He's not so smart. So I said, well, you know, he's still yelling and cussing at me. He's still angry. I said, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to send you something, a picture here. And what I did was my brother on the phone, and I got her phone, and I'm texting him through her phone. I saw him a picture of her medicine, and I turned it around with her name on in the back of Walgreens. It was HIV medicine. I said, when you get a chance, look this medicine up, and then get back at me. That nigga was on that phone, y'all. He looked at that and say, what the hell? What? He said, oh, no. On the text, oh, no. I'm like, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, you better go get tested, sir. You better go get tested. I said, she was HIV positive. She was HIV positive. She wasn't taking her meds. And you was hitting that raw. She had bad HS. It was spreadable. In some cases, it probably was with HIV. And he was all in that. Just remember, people, he has a girlfriend and a baby mama. He live in Alsip, on the south side of Chicago, in Alsip, right by Crestwood. So, because her job was in Crestwood, he's in Alsip, so it was right there. That's why I know that he said he met her online. That's bullshit. He met her somewhere in that facility, somewhere around that area. I'm not stupid. But anyway, yeah, he got the virus. And because she was detachable. She wasn't undetached. She was detachable because she wasn't taking her meds. She just wanted to die. She didn't care. So, that me being the man I am, I went on ahead and took care of Beryl. Went on ahead and took care of her bills. Went on ahead and right now I got her ashes. I got her death certificate. I got all that. Her son, because all the purses and jewelry I bought her over the years, and we talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. I told her son, stop, wait till I get there. We could sort out the purses and jewelry for her auntie so they could have a little bit of something for her. Not this nigga. This nigga ran right in the house, snatched all the jewelry, snatched all the purses, and he trying to look for her debit cards and work card, but he don't know I had all that. I had her accounts locked. I had her phone. Everything was locked. I knew our passcodes. Everything was locked. So I'm saying to myself, and on the Cash App, I looked on the Cash App. She sent this man, almost $5,000 worth of shit, of money, and he only sent her $600 worth of stuff. Of money. You know, in the Cash App, it show you the money you sent. So she sent him almost $5,000, and he sent her only $600. Now remember, the money I was giving her, she was giving it to him. She was playing me and playing him, but she was really playing me. But she was playing him too, because he didn't know. She told him about me, but he didn't know I was still in the picture. Yes, I'm still in the picture, bro. She's just lying. She's lying because she just wanted to get some some sex in which she couldn't get from me because she know her status. She couldn't do that no more. I told her at one point, buy toys. I said, because you have a situation. And I told her one time, is no man going to actually be with you with this? I say, you with me, I understand your status. You got to understand that you cannot, if you do leave me and you get with somebody, you better tell him your status. You better tell him. Because you know he's not going to stick around. He's going to be, psh. And so she did not tell him that. She did not tell him anything. She took away his choices. And if you really like somebody, hey, I just be the caretaker, whatever I am. But if you want to leave me alone, hey, that's fine. Then I stopped doing. I started giving and doing. But she was scared of it because I was a provider. I was the financial provider. And as you look on the Cash App, he didn't give her anything. He didn't give her only but $600. And then when my Cash App with her, I gave her over 20. She gave me $2,800. I gave her $2,700. We was like broke even. Well, because we was always, exchanging money. Whatever she needed, she gave me and whatever. I was talking with him about that. She, I looked on her phone recently. And she bought, I don't know, y'all know anything about Rockstar outfits or some shit. I don't know. I'm old school. I don't know nothing about no outfits. Like, she bought this nigga eight outfits of Rockstar outfits. And people telling me that's expensive. I'm like, really? And she bought him Garrett popcorn. She bought him all this healthy food, healthy products and stuff. Because I guess he's a bodybuilder or whatever. Look, strength may be in the eyes of strength of it look. But because you look big don't mean that you're strong. Keep that in mind. Like I say, people, I'm not judging this man. But she, I guess because he looked good, it attracted her. And then she like, oh, I got a fine man. But she got a man right here. She had one. I was with her since her son, big long chin ass son, was in tiny white. He's looking like a grown ass man in drawers. But I was there doing everything I need to do. Hurt? Oh, definitely I'm hurt. I've been deceived, man. I put all the energy in this woman. Her health, everything. Gave her everything. Everything. Bought her cars. I bought her cars, man. And she didn't even have no license to drive. Her son was tearing them up. They weren't paying no mortgage, no rent on it, no car notes, and I had to take the car back. I even went through a bankruptcy, fixed my credit because of her. My credit at one point was almost 800. She destroyed that. I had to get right back on track. I'm going to pay you back. Yeah, no, it wasn't. She was using me, playing me, deceiving me, everything. So how I feel? Oh, I'm fucked, man. I'm upset. Like any other man should be. But this is the stuff that had to go on, and she died. She died of HIV, of the failed kidneys, the liver, the dialysis, the blood clot in the heart. They couldn't get it out. They put a valve in it, but they couldn't get it out. She died. Hey, she got to answer that to the Lord, man. Unfortunately, the man that was cheating with her, man, I feel sorry for you, bro. I don't feel sorry for you. You just got the short end of the stick, bro. You had your two intuitions to leave her 2 times, you said. You should have left her alone. You should have been like, I want to see Will. Let me meet who this guy is. And now when you would have met me, I would have told the truth. I would have like, bro, she's HIV positive. You can't not mess with this woman. You cannot. Just keep on moving, man. Just please keep on moving. She's lying right now, and let me deal with her, because I would deal with her directly. I would be on her ass. And she knows when I'm going, she has nothing but to swivel up and die. But in that case, if she was living, she would have, because he was talking about at one point killing. I said, no, don't do that. There's many ways to skin a cat. That's not the way to skin a cat. Call the cops. Cops will come, arrest her, take her to jail, charge her like a felony. It'd be a felony. That's like murder. Because you're giving people a disease, and you know and you're not telling them about your current status. And this is a virus that's killing people. And I told them, I say, well, I said, and I told them how it broke down, how HIV works. I said, it lives, and when you get it, you don't know you got it. It lives in your lymph nodes. And it lives in your lymph nodes for about maybe a year or two. Then it's starting to spread out through the body. You start getting the symptoms of sore throat, fatigue, tiredness. Um, um, uh, you start getting hot sweats when you sleep and sweating real bad. You start like you getting all these bad things that come along. And then after that, man, your immune system starts shutting down, starting to shut down, bro. So you be tired, and that's when the HS probably get in. Depends on you got boy. It's gonna be bad, man. I mean, I don't wish that for no one, but he brought it on himself, but not doing his due diligence. If you see my name all in her house on the mailbox, some of my clothes there, why would you still pursue the situation? You should be like, I'm out of here. You should have pursued. You should have been out, bro. Fuck what she trying to buy you. She trying to buy you clothes and all that stuff. She taking my money and spending it on you. You see what I mean? So regardless of what a woman trying to buy you, you got to look at the reality of things. Quit thinking down there. Think with your head. Now you caught up now. Now you got a disease that a virus that you can't get rid of, bro. It's going to kill you later down the long run. Only thing I say is make your will now, bro. But but she ain't gonna tell. It's a lot of ladies out here that's all messed up. There's a lot of ladies walking around. They look good, but they sick, and they not letting people know what's wrong with them. Then I had to fight with her fucking family too, and they know for her damn side. They knew her side. They knew she was doing all this. They did sat there and watched this lady kill this man. Basically, they really reality, and didn't say nothing. Didn't let me know. Didn't let him know. The son sent his big long chin ass there looking and laughing like he wanted to see what he could get out the deal. That's all he is, a fucking weed head, a damn low, a bum. He's a bum. He'll never be a real man because his mother don't know how to raise a real man. He don't have a father. The father's a goddamn uncle. The father's the uncle. The man she was years ago before she got pregnant, rewind it back, she was messing a guy named Mark. Mark was messing with her and he got her pregnant. Then he was messing with her auntie. And he was messing with auntie and her at the same time. Now remember, she got one of them aunties that's young, like they age. They all running the same age. They went to school together because I guess the grandma had her in her late 50s or something, whatever. But anyway, that's what happened. And he had to choose between the auntie and her. So he chose the auntie because the auntie had a better job. She did hair. She had her own stuff going on, all that, right? So, so she didn't have nothing. My girl didn't have nothing. She was just coming out of high school, getting out of high school with a big stomach. They had nothing. So the dude said he didn't want nothing to do with the child. That's her son. And then the family trying to make it because, later on, Mark and her auntie had a baby boy. So they try to make it like they all cousins. They're not cousins. They are brothers. See, people, how some dysfunctional families are. And then the lying, deceiving, they sit there and watch and stuff happen and not say nothing. They could have saved this man's life. This man's life is not saved. This man's life is, it's done. Because he got to take meds for the rest of his life. He's finna go through. If he got a baby mama he messing with, she might be affected. The girlfriend might be affected. It's finna get real bad for him, man. And all because he want to cause a piece of ass that he thought because she buying them Garrett popcorn, buying them all this shit, buying them clothes, buying them shit. That don't mean shit, bro. Your health. Because you should have been like wanting to talk to me. And she talking bad about me to him, saying that I left her for a young ass girl. I never left her. I was always there. As a matter of fact, I'm sending her money. Matter of fact, she saw me the other day. I mean, I'm just saying at the time. She saw me the other day or the day before. She saw me. I was always over to spend the night. I was always over. And I'm like, what time this dude come over? When he be coming over? So it's like he had to be coming over late nights or something. Because when the time I'm leave, she be calling him. But I remember one time I came in the room one time, she was on the phone with him. I said, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is it? And I yelling, then somebody hung up. Like she knew, and then she gave me this look like, fuck you give me this look for? I take care of your motherfucking ass. What are you talking about? So I should have left her a long time right there. I should have left her right there alone, right there, man. But I didn't because her sickness, her illness, I was there because I promised her fucking mother that I would take care of her before her mother passed away. And I took upon that. I stood by her side. I didn't ever leave. I never left. I was always there. I was always there. I was always there, you people. I was there. I was there. I did not fucking leave her side. Regardless of what we went through, I did not leave her side. To the day of June the 5th, when she left, of 2026 at 10:30 afternoon. That's the only time I left. Because there was no more of her. I had to throw all her clothes away. I had to clean out her house. I had to do all these things. Where was her family at? They just took the shit they wanted to take. Whether it was valuable, they think. I had to do everything I had to do. I had to talk to her fucking landlord. It was all on me. It wasn't on nobody else, me. But this is the same people that she want to say that's her family, right? And they were never there for her. I was the one that was there. Even though she cheated on me and all, but God got me though, man. I had to look beyond that. I dodged a bullet. Because it could have been me sick, but it wasn't. And I knew right then and there our sexual preferences together was over. But I still loved her. I was still with her. Like we was a married couple. You could say we was common law married. I was there. I don't know what made her want to go out and creep out and do that. I don't know why. And I still want to know those answers, but I will never know. He can't tell me. The man can't tell me. He's just a guy that was just what she going on with what she was telling him. I don't fault him from at all. I don't fault him at all. Because he knew only what she was telling him about me. But I'm telling you people right now, the question is, do you really know who you with, do you know who your wife or spouse is? Do you know what they are? Do you know what they're doing? Do you know if they are loyal or not? Because you might not know. They go to work every day saying they're going to work. Really? It could be somewhere else. I'm looking at the Google pics, right? I saw one picture, he got his knee on her ass or something. I flipped it up. You know how you flip up and then get the date, time, and where is that, where they took the picture at? It was in Assop. It was at 3:18 in the morning. 3:18 in the morning. So that means that she lied and said she was at work. She was never at work. When she told me she was at work. She was over his house, laying up with him, giving him the virus. Giving him the virus. This was like in 2025, I think in January. I think it was in January, yeah. And I remembered that day because I talked to her most every day. Every day I talked to her. It was never a day that I have not talked to her. And I go out there and see her. She always didn't want me to don't come out here. Just don't come out here. I said, why? She didn't want me to pop up because I would have seen what I would have seen. That's the reason why she didn't want me to pop up. And one time I was going to come out there. My intuition was like, just come out there. My mom was like, don't come out there if you don't want to. Because I would have saw some people. And it would have been really down that day. It would have had to go on social media if it wasn't down. Because me and him would have been like, I'm like, bro. First of all, I ain't never going to get mad at no man because it's not his point. I would say, did you know her status? I would have told him, did you know her status? What status? And I would have told him, she's HIV positive, bro. If she's not telling you, I'm her caretaker and her POA. She's not telling, she should have told you. If she didn't want me, at least tell him. Let him have a choice of his own. You took them choices away from him. You took them choices away from him. You know, I told him, call the cops. Cops will be coming. Lock her ass up. I would took him upstairs. Look at the medicine she got in her drawer. Look at this. It's called Bactari. I think it's called Bactari. That's the medicine. Yeah. This is what she takes. To be deceitful like that is wrong, people. And family members, because she's going to hell. And the family members who know it, they going to hell right with her. They're as much guilty as she is. It's your boy Ski, man. I'm out of here. Uh, you know, y'all go talk to me. It's just my story time. It's what I'm going through right now. I had to go see a therapist and things like that because I put all my all into this woman. And then to get this back, I don't even know if I'm well to even date again or whatever. I mean, I know it's good women out there, but some. Because the way the world is going right now, it ain't like the 80s and 90s when you found a woman and it was real true love. It's not like that no more. It's not about being loyal to. When you can find somebody loyal to? In your pockets? You know? They're looking at men for money or what they can do for them. Because when I met her, she had shit. She had shit when I met her, y'all. She was working at Fry Electronics. She was sleeping on an old beat up ass let out couch that her auntie gave her. A sleeper couch. It was raggedy as hell. And she was sleeping on that. Living in a small ass studio apartment with no AC. Hot as hell in that motherfucker. So I met her and I built her for something, from nothing to something. I did that. But this is what I get. We help each other out though, and through the years. But the point is, when I met her, she didn't have really nothing, people. On the out west side of Chicago. It's your boy Ski, man. I'm out of here, man. Peace and blessings, people. That was my story time.